All right, so I decided to film this video because right now we're living in a very uncertain and kind of a scary time. And so, you know, I feel like a lot of us were thinking that it wouldn't really affect us, or maybe it would just kind of die down. But the fact is, what is going on in the world right now has been declared a global pandemic. And I've never experienced anything like this in history before. So anyway, I'm currently at Chinmay Yoga School in the foothills of the Himalayas in Dharamshala, India. I arrived here about, I would say, 20 days ago. So it is now March 20th. We just found out yesterday through the headmaster that pretty much the government is encouraging quarantines. So wherever you're at, they want you to stay where you're at. So I've been at this yoga school with 16 students. About half of us have already left on flights before we even finish our program. Our program was actually destined to end about 4 or 5 days, from 4 to 5 days till now. So about like next Wednesday. It's Friday currently. But anyway, so last night the headmaster came to us and said that the government's really enforcing rules right now. So they want us to stay inside mostly and just keep the school kind of self-quarantined. I'm not sure if they're starting to give fines out in the street quite at this point, but when I woke up, I found out that all the flights in India are going to be stopped, incoming and outgoing flights, in 2 days. So me and a couple of friends of mine who are American, they're working on getting a flight to Dubai to then get a flight to America somehow. In my case, a lot of things are uncertain. There's one last flight leaving Dharamshala tomorrow, and I think I got the last ticket, but I didn't get my confirmation, which there's also a lot of that going on in the world right now, where people will not receive confirmations, or their flight will be canceled, or are they going to get a refund, or are they going to get free flight change? I don't know. So a lot of airlines are going bankrupt. The situation's insane. And I don't think any of us have ever seen something like this in history, not to my knowledge. But anyway, so this morning, because I found that out right before I was going to teach my yoga class, and it was a wonderful yoga class, thank God, because I really needed some centering after hearing that news. So we decided that we're going to book flights out tomorrow, try to get to Delhi, and what I'm going to do is take one of the last flights from Delhi to Bangkok. Now, what I heard in Bangkok is that they're enforcing a 72-hour rule where you have to get like a health check 72 hours prior to entering into Bangkok, and also a $100,000 insurance policy or something like that, which I'm not even going to do right now because I just got to get out of here. So I'm going to go to the airport in Delhi. Maybe I can get a health check there or something, or maybe I can get a healthcare check in Bangkok and just be quarantined for a few days. I've also heard that the borders of Cambodia are closed and to US citizens. Now, I think it was clarified that any US citizen, even if they haven't been in the United States in the past 3 months, is not allowed back in, which is very troublesome to me. I would love to get back to our apartment in Siem Reap. I'm also hearing rumors and notions that the United States are going to start closing their borders. And so this is really a state of uncertain times. I pretty much up to this point was just like, you know, I'm just going to roll with it. I'm going to stay here in Dharamshala. I'm going to finish my yoga program. And now my intuition is just like, get the fuck out. You know, like I got to get out of India because I don't want to be stuck here, you know, quarantined where I can't leave the house and everything's shutting down. So basically I'm just going to try my luck. So fingers crossed. Gonna take the last flight out of Dharamshala tomorrow because all local flights are gonna be canceled. Gonna go to Delhi, and then I still have to book my connecting flight, so I'm just gonna pray tonight that I can get out of here. So anyway, I will keep this video going and just like document this journey because I'm sure everyone's journey is extremely unique and mine is no different from that. For me, I guess I'm a little bit scared, but just because of the logistics, I don't know where I'm going to end up. I think my worst fear is that I will be quarantined somewhere, or I'll get fined if I leave my apartment or wherever I end up, whether it's Bangkok or Delhi or, you know, because that would just not be an experience. I mean, if I were allowed to travel and at least walk around a little bit, maybe that would be a different story. But so that fear, Blair, my partner, is toying with the idea of going back to the States. So it's like, do I just go to the States from Bangkok? But what about our apartment in Siem Reap? So there's a lot of open-ended, unanswered questions. I think that everyone probably feels that way, but I'll report more soon. So stay tuned for my journey tomorrow. All right guys, first leg of the journey. We are now leaving Dharamshala. Here's the view. And yeah, it's gonna be like a crazy 2 or 3 day long journey ahead of us. There's our plane. This is pretty much the last flight out of here. So we're gonna go to Delhi. Thankfully I have my traveling companions with me. Brady over there. Taylor's inside on our way out. And yeah, so we're first gonna go to Dubai, and then we heard that that's still acting as like a big international hub and it's like pretty safe and we can get out. And then we're gonna head to Russia, which I have a 17-hour layover and I accidentally booked a different flight than them, but that's okay. So, and then from there to JFK in New York. And then from JFK, I'm just gonna stay in the airport and try to get a flight to Michigan. So I got a lot of airport time ahead of me, man. So good thing I have some good reading. Hopefully I get some Wi-Fi. That might not be possible in Russia, but we'll see. So here's our plane. One of the last flights, if not the last flight, out of Dharamshala. So goodbye, Himalayas. I'm really gonna miss you, man. It's been one of the most spiritual times of my life here, and it hasn't been without tears that I'm leaving. So I cried last night, cried this morning, left the yoga program 1 week early, you know, but I took away a lot, so. So the situation now is that we can't leave Delhi because Dubai will not accept US citizens. So now we're in this amazing taxi, hello. And this amazing man's gonna take me to his neighborhood behind the airport, set me up at the hotel. Whatever, man. I'm in decent spirits considering we're all kind of stranded, and Brady and Taylor are still back at the airport trying to get a flight to the US. So yeah, just figuring it out. I'll show you guys the digs once he gets me over there, and then maybe I can just get a nice meal. And yeah, so this is nuts, but basically I'm just gonna let this guy drive me to his neighborhood because he says that only one American or one international traveler can be in one hotel, so 1 to 1. So yeah, he's gonna bring me to a nice hotel in his home area, and there I'll be able to get a SIM card, internet, all those things will be available to me. So no, I'm just talking on the video. I'm talking on the video, man. Yeah, this guy's awesome. He seems to be a godsend. I'm just placing my trust in humanity, and we're all in the same situation, so it's easy to get emotional and caught up about it. I'm already like $2,000 in the hole, money that I don't have. I hope that I get that money back. I think a lot of people are feeling that way, but more so just the intensity of the emotions. My biggest regret or my biggest feeling is anger toward myself because I felt like I should have stayed in Dharamshala intuitively, but I didn't, and I let my fear guide me, and that's not really the best thing to do in a time like this, because then you'll end up in situations like this where you're wishing that you had just stayed where you were. So yeah, but you know what, I'm in Delhi, man, so I'm gonna make the best of it, and it's gonna be an adventure here, so we'll see. All right, so here's the update. I'm still pretty tired. I can't really get coffee because basically anyone who leaves their hotel or house or anything today in Delhi on March 22nd is going to be fined 1,100 rupees, which is approximately, let's see, maybe like 14 or 15 bucks US dollar. So just sitting here pretty much in quarantined, or whatever you want to call it, lockdown, shutdown. My room is pretty basic, so let me just give it a little pan around. It's kind of messy, but I got some food and supplies here. And then there's a little table. There's these kind of frosted windows with an air conditioner, and yeah, just like closet, TV, bed. It's not the best of conditions, but it is a cheaper hotel room, so I'm not too mad about it. Bathroom, of course the floor is all wet because I just took a shower. There's no hot water, it's only cold. But I did find an amazing rooftop out here. And so here's my view out the window. So it's pretty local other than the fact that there are hotels tucked into this little alleyway here. As you can see, there is no one in the streets right now. But it's a beautiful day, so I did yoga up on the rooftop, just right up there in the sunshine. All right, so I decided to come up and just get a little bit of footage of the rooftop. So as you can see, it's kind of like filled with a bunch of stuff, but over here, there's a nice clear area. So I have my things here. I just want to get some sun and get some fresh air because the room is a little bit stuffy. But anyway, this is where I did yoga this morning, right over here. And as you can see, there's some people out on the rooftops. Sun is like blazing today. It's a lot hotter here than where we were. So I'm just gonna do a little workout here and yeah, just make the best of today. I made really close friends with, well, not close friends, but I made friends with the cab driver last night who brought me here and got me this place, and he was so nice that he didn't even make me pay him last night, so he's gonna come by today or tomorrow and take me to the money exchange place. Hopefully we can do it today just so I can get out for a minute and then I'll be able to pay him. But he's really sweet and he said that he could pretty much take me anywhere. So at this moment, I'm just relying on the kindness of strangers and taking the time to just slow down, as I was talking about, reflect. I don't think the flights are opening until the 28th or 29th, so I'll be here for at least, at minimum, another week. And that's if I can even get back in the United States, because I can't get back into Cambodia, like I said, for another month. So anyway, I might just stay put here for a month, who knows, but I'm gonna make the best of it. So all right, so just as an update, I'm sitting in my room and wow, big surprise, this is as much as I've seen in Delhi. This is a beautiful place, just wow. All right, I'm laughing now, but to be honest, for the past hour I was crying, and I want to kind of just talk a little bit about why. I feel like with this situation, there's a lot of fear circulating, as I've been talking about. There's a lot of people with different opinions. There's a lot of information. There's a lot of misinformation. There are also a lot of people who are fear-mongering and making the situation seem worse than it is. And then there are a lot of people who are making it seem like it's not as bad as it is. So there's just like this middle ground that it is very nebulous with a lot of moving parts. With that being said, my reason for leaving, or the reason why I left Dharamshala or Bagsu was largely based out of that fear, but it was also based out of not wanting to disappoint my partner or not wanting to disappoint friends or family that wanted me in a safer place. And I pretty much chose to heed that advice because I was feeling very clouded. Now, that's not to say that I'm not taking responsibility for that decision. I definitely was swayed by the fear of others' opinions, regardless of who it was. And it led me to leave. So now I'm here, and this is the situation I'm in. And I have actually made a decision today for the most of it. This may change, I don't know. Most things are changing from a minute basis right now. So I've decided that I'm going to extend my visa tomorrow morning. So I'm gonna call up my awesome cab driver that I met and probably meet my American friends Taylor and Brady there, or maybe pick them up, extend my visa, and I'm just gonna wait for the Cambodian borders to open. They're supposed to open again April 17th, so perhaps they might even lift that ban a little bit earlier if the situation around the world subsides. The flights here are supposed to reopen on the 29th, but in my experience, I can't afford to spend any more money on flights because I'm already like $2,000 in the hole. And that was another reason why I spent the last hour crying, is I just feel like I spent the last year, and most of you know I spent the last year working really, really hard, meditating, envisioning this move to Cambodia, or this side of the world. And also with that was the yoga training. That was like another part of that. So those two things, okay, I'm not gonna cry now, but I've cried enough, right? So, you know, those are great, or have become great loves of mine. And to leave the yoga program a week early after I was like so excited about it, and to also not be let back into Cambodia, which I was starting to feel like that is my home. And it is a really hard feeling. And also to understand and know that I can't really go anywhere else. Okay, it's at once liberating, but it's also really emotional. And I know that a lot of people are feeling that right now, so I'm thankful to share my story. And for those of you who are also stuck wherever you are in the world, if you don't have family or friends with you like me, luckily I do have 2 friends who are pretty close by, and I'll get to see them tomorrow. But if you're without friends or family, know that you do have a support network. Thankfully, we have internet so we can remain connected with the outside world. Yeah, I just wanted to give you guys an update and let you know that yes, I am a strong person. Yes, I do feel like I have a lot of strength and I have a lot of intuition. But in this instance, I didn't follow my intuition, and I think that's what hurts the most. I should have stayed still where I was. But also, just, this is my journey now. This is like part of my path, you know, and I think part of that comes acceptance. And it's been a big lesson not to let fear guide me. And it's a big lesson to always trust my intuition and trust my truth. So I've told my partner and I've told my family that I'm going to be making my own decisions from here on out. I'm going to be trusting myself. I'm not going to be buying into all of the media. If I can't get back to the US for a while, I'm going to be just fine. We have things like Venmo and money wiring and healthcare. There is healthcare outside the US. So yeah, I'm going to stay put where I am. I'm going to stay in India probably for another month. I think tomorrow I'm going to try to get out of here as quickly as possible, whether that's going back to Dharamshala or finding more of a secluded countryside area that I'm allowed into is yet to be determined. But I think I've got to move fast at this point so that I'm not held and shut down here, because this is not where I want to be. It's not like the healthiest of scenery for me. There's a lot of pollution. There's a lot of like cars, and also a concentrated density of people who might be carriers of the virus. So yeah, I'm gonna get out. This is my update now, and I may be making more videos as the journey unfolds, and I hope you guys continue to watch, and I will be sending you my love, light, and vibrations, and I hope that you might consider sending me some of yours too. I'm feeling a lot better after that 45-minute, hour-long cry. I don't think I've cried that long or hard in 2 years. It feels almost like a weird breakup. Like it's like when you know you did something that you shouldn't have done, you know, or you went against yourself, and there's nothing to do but cry. Oh God. But anyway, I'll keep you guys updated. Thank you so much for all of your warm messages and wishes, and I'll see you soon. Okay, here it is. Come up to the roof. Everyone's out. Yeah, the guy with the plates. This legit woke me up from a nap. Look at this. The world is gonna be just fine. Humanity's amazing and we're gonna beat them. Okay, so even though I just took a bite, I had to document this amazing meal. I just want to talk about the compassion and kindness of strangers. This meal here was made by my taxi driver's mother. And it looks like a spicy vegetable made with green chilies, of course. Apparently the people here only eat green chilies, not red, never red. And then this is homemade chapati made with cow butter. So the taxi driver told me that his mother and grandmother growing up would always make the chapati with buffalo milk or buffalo butter in the morning and then cow butter at night. So I'm very excited to eat this, and I've definitely prayed over this food. So thank you so much to Ravi, my taxi driver, and now friend.